Guys, something huge just happened. Paradox just announced that there was gonna be a character creator in CK3, and today we're gonna talk about everything that is already mentioned to be included in the custom ruler designer. Let's get right into it. Guys, it finally happened. Last year already, Paradox has tweeted out a tweet in which they very much leaked a character creator already, with some crooked nose letters that everyone could decipher immediately. And now it is finally said. Just 10 minutes ago, they announced that there was gonna be a whole new character creation system that is completely different from the one in CK2, coming around in the 1.2 update for the game. Now, they haven't directly leaked the release date, but they already announced that the 1.2 update is surely gonna come out before the end of the year, so we're gonna probably expect it somewhere in the middle of December, maybe in the Christmas times even. The pictures they've released are quite detailed, so I can already tell you a little bit about the whole UI thing that's going on. And from what it seems to be, is that you can already start creating your own custom ruler outside of a kingdom, because usually in CK2 you would have to click onto a kingdom, select the button, and then you get into the UI menu. Now it seems that you can already customize your characters by just clicking the button that you would usually do if you don't want to play any of the promoted rulers. Once you get in there, you're gonna see that they really clean things up. In comparison to CK2's character creator, which felt very clumsy, this time they made it in the usual CK3 style. A very light and very inviting UI that is not throwing too much information onto you, but just enough so you can get around places. The first thing that you're gonna choose is your gender and your sexuality. The gender is male and female, of course, implemented, but with the sexualities, you can choose any kind of sexuality that is in the game. You can be heterosexual, homosexual, bisexual, and even asexual. And what you're also going to choose next is faith and culture. And that is very interesting, because a lot of people, when you look through the forums, are for instance struggling with how to form Hellenism. How do you get a Hellenistic kingdom or something along those lines? How do you revive a broken culture? Well, this seems to be the way, because the character creator is officially going to be ready for Iron Man playthroughs. So whenever you want to achieve a certain achievement with the Hellenism religion, you can just simply choose Hellenism right there, get all of your children Hellenistic, and then start off your game and play it that way. Of course, the most important feature comes next, your names. You can choose whatever name you want, and you can also choose whatever dynasty you want. The problem that arises here, though, is they have officially announced that there is not going to be a dynastic shield creator, and there's also not going to be a house banner creator, as there was in CK2. They said they did this so they can squeeze in all the very important character creation features, like for instance facial features, the stature of your body, or other types of physical appearance things. But it would have been really nice if there was some kind of way to customize it. Right now you can only select out of random patterns, and my opinion is, when you can select out of any random pattern and the computer has to generate it for you, you can do it yourself. They could have done this very easily, just like in CK2. Have a few custom shapes in there, like a triangle in the middle, a few rectangles around, and simply fill in the different things that you want in there. They could have just taken the system from EU4, and I think this would have been a much better implementation, although we're not gonna die from it, but it would have been a very nice feature. One of the most important additions that they made right now is the point system. Whenever you increased one of your stats in CK2, your character would age. You would die. When you wanted like a godlike character, you are dead. You live 1 year and you fucking die. But now they changed it. You can go over the point limit that they've set, and your age will not change depending on your traits. You can be eternally young, you can live forever if you select the right traits. And the point system is not, for instance, like the custom nation creator in EU4, where you can't go above a certain limit, but you can actually go beneath or beyond any limit you want. It's not going to affect your game. The only thing is, if you go over 400 points when you create your character, you will not gain any achievements. If you stay below 400, welcome to the game. You've got a great custom Iron Man experience. And if you don't want that and you're just playing for fun, sure, do whatever you want with your traits. The game enables you that. Selecting skills and traits is also much easier than CK2 now, because in CK2 you select the traits out of one list. You had one list you had to scroll through, and that wasn't even sorted most of the time. This time though, you're able to select between traits, personalities, and the education that you've taken. From what I've seen, there's only one educational trait you can select. That is the thing that's gonna show up when you, for instance, educate your children right now in the game, where it's gonna say master schema and things along those lines. From those, you can only select a single one, but when you go to personality, it seems that there's an infinite number of traits you can choose. There's one specific screenshot where the tree was just extended out for all of the traits. The characters you're going to create in this game are gonna look crazy with the amount of customization that you can put into them. And of course, there are also other traits. Traits, for instance, like Wise Man, things that come with your religion, like Pilgrimage or something along those lines. You can also select them, and it also appears that you can select multiple ones of those. Next thing is your skills. Your skills work very much just like in CK2. You can either push a plus button, you can either push a minus button, and that's going to change the value of them. And now let's get to the point that everyone is here for, the sliders. As it is already apparent in the base game, they have changed everything about characters in CK3. As in CK2, you would usually have like a 2D picture, which was very nice to look at, of course. But now you have 3D animated people. And that also means that there needs to be a new way to generate all those models moving around and doing everything along those lines. And so they came up with chains. And chains pretty much just are sliders. And people have already messed around with the debug mode, for instance, like Moi did, will already have a know of how chains really work. Chains are sliders for different facial or body compositional things. For instance, like the size of your nose, the width of your nose, the height of your eyes, the height of your eyebrows, the width of the lip, ears and eyes and knees and shoulders, heads and toes. All of those things are determined by chains, and they enable you to move everything around. Before you do that though, you need to choose an initial template for all of that. And with that I mean the ethnic template. For instance, Arabian or European, I guess. Okay, I've looked them up. It's things like North African, Northern European, Central European, Southern European, or Asian, or broadly Indian. The only limitation they're gonna put you in though is that you cannot choose the color scheme. They're gonna tell you which color scheme your hair is gonna be. I am telling you. Oh, you have totally red hair. I'm sorry. Apparently you don't anymore. Oh, you have ice tips. Well, not in here, Rachel. You can't just make crazy hair colors, which is something that is really sad. For instance, like a red or a blue, which seems like it would be the easiest thing to implement actually. Just take an Adobe color wheel or something along those lines. And even if it's just 8 colors to choose from, I want my hair to be neon green. But another feature they've announced that is huge for everyone who's deeply into role-playing and wanting to share their playthroughs on all kinds of social media accounts, if it's Twitter, Reddit, or the Paradox forums, is that you can copy the DNA. Copying the DNA will give a numerical code which you can copy and share around with your friends. In the character creator yourself, you can paste in a new DNA and then just have the character that's already been created for you. Isn't that amazing? That would enable so many crazy things to happen and so many people to get connected over this game with their own characters. Guys, what do you think about this custom ruler creation? Is it better than the one in CK2, or is it actually worse in your opinion? What do you think about the custom banners and that you can't design them yourselves? Tell me all of that right down there in the comments, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. In the meantime, something you can check out if you want to see me lament about more features of this game is my Twitch channel. We stream CK3 from Thursdays to Saturdays, so if you're interested in that, go check it out and leave a follow right there. I'm gonna see you in the next video. Until then, see you around!